Hello everyone. With the increasing expansion of renewable energy generation, the need for the corresponding protection relay tests to be carried out is also increasing. In the past, these tests were often carried out by service companies. However, these companies cannot cover the increasing demand, so another solution had to be found. For this, KoCoS had the idea to enable technicians who are not specialized in the protection technology to carry out these tests on the grid and system protection after a short training period. Therefore, the ARTES RT3 was designed to make the handling in this area more simply. In combination with the ARTES testing software, these tests can be carried out quick and easily. Let's take a look at how this works. For the first step, we connect our ARTES RT3 and we start the auxiliary voltage for the relay that it is working. Now, while the relay is booting, we will check the preparation for a corresponding relay. I already created the relay and I insert the corresponding functions for frequency and voltage protection. Here, in the general settings of the voltage protection, I insert the corresponding thresholds. For example, the second overvoltage has a threshold of 125% of the nominal voltage, and I choose the corresponding trigger for the trip command. Additionally, I activated the optional time measurement with a nominal tripping time of 100 milliseconds. And this is done for all the other thresholds too, and for the frequency. Now, as preparation, I created a new test job, which already contain different test instructions for the different functions. Today, we will check as example the second overvoltage step. First of all, we have to test the pickup value of the second threshold for the overvoltage, and therefore we will check how to set up our corresponding test ramp. The first step is to set the pulse width in a correct value. It has to be longer than the nominal trip time of the threshold we would like to test. In this case, I choose 500 milliseconds. For the start and the end value of the ramp, I didn't use absolute values. I make a reference to the threshold. So I set up as start value 95% of the corresponding threshold and as end value 103% of the threshold. This enables us to use this test job later on for different relays, and in case there is another threshold, we only have to change this one in the IED settings and the ramp is recalculated automatically. I did this for all the fault loops, and with this ramp I only would like to evaluate the pickup, not the time. Additionally, I use the start trigger to wait for the reset of the relay. And now we say start. You see, we are waiting for the start trigger, and after this rises, the test starts. In the vector diagram in the bottom and in the generator values grid, you can see the corresponding output of the ARTES at this moment. After the trigger occurs, the test is stopped and the first ramp is automatically evaluated. We find the measured value and the difference or the delta to the reference value. Up to the allowed deviations which are saved in the IED, the test ramp is evaluated red or green. In this case it was successful, green. Now we wait for the last two fault loops. Okay, so now the whole test step was successful. In the next step, we will measure the tripping time. So we created a ramp with 2 stamps. Again, start and end value are as reference of the threshold. And we say we only evaluate the time in this case for all for loops. And again, say start. And you see this test is successful too. After carrying out all the test steps, we now would like to create the corresponding test report. Therefore, we say report preview, and we got a new report in another tab. So we are always in one area of the software without any windows opened additionally. We can give the report a name and save it in our database. On the right side, you now have different options to set up the report like you would prefer. If you would like to have whole graphics or only result numerical. Here in the bottom on the right side, you can choose the content of the report itself. That means you can carrying out for one test instruction more than one test step, and after that, as the last point, you change or choose which one you would like to have in the report. As default, we always choose the latest carried out test step, because normally you stop the test when it was successful. Now with the grid and decoupling protection, the settings are often the same for each relay. That means after you created this once, you wouldn't like to do it all the time again. Therefore, we have a simple solution. You can copy this relay and you choose the functions you will copy and the corresponding test job for it. You can give it a name and can choose the location you would like to store it in the database. Now we have our copy of the relay with the same settings. In case the new relay has different settings, you can change it in the master data. Now we open the job which was copied, and you can see we don't have any results in it. This is always the process in the ARTES. When you copy something, it's not possible to copy results, because this would be the possibility to make more results without testing it directly. But now, after copying, I can simply say start and the test is running again. I hope you enjoyed the short tutorial for testing decoupling protections and how we can copy the IEDs. This process can be used for all protection functions in the ARTES, which are nearly the same. If you have any question, feel free to contact.